Wait 1 minute. Mira, coño! Get okay. Today we're talking about book buy. You heard me right. I said book buy. I know you're probably wondering, hold up. I thought this was a personal finance channel. It is, but there's also Poised Finance and Lifestyle. We know how to work with what we got by being more strategic and more resourceful when it comes to managing our finances and lifestyle with poise. And no, I'm not trying to turn you into a trad wife. In this video, I'm going to cover what a book buy is, how to implement a strategy based on your needs, and also how to create a haul that will last 3 to 6 months. On top of that, I'm going to share my spreadsheet that I use to get organized and budget for my book buy. On top of that, I'm going to help you create a savings plan, aka a sinking fund, so you don't have to get into any credit card debt. We'll also touch on price matching and the shopping strategy that I've implemented over the last 8 years to help you avoid some of my mistakes, but also start ultimately bringing more ease and convenience to your life. With that being said, let's get into my 6-step beginner's guide to a successful book buy. Welcome to the third part of our 4-part series called The 4 Game Changers. In part 1, we talked about the high-five banking method, a way to manage and organize your finances with purpose. In part 2, we talked about meal prepping, a way to take back control of your time, your money, and most importantly, your health by having a plan for your food. If you haven't checked those videos out, check them out. But today, we're extending the series with part 3, bulk buy. I think a good starting point is to acknowledge that I'm going to be saying the word bulk buy a lot in this video. So what is a bulk buy? A bulk buy is when you buy all of your household essentials in bulk, not all willy-nilly, but on purpose and with a strategy. I know a lot of us were introduced to bulk buying from wholesale stores like Costco, Sam's Clubs, BJ's. Shopping at these stores, it's nice, but without a strategy, you're probably going to go over budget if you know what I mean. To me, Costco's like Target. I can't leave Target without spending $100, and I can't leave Costco without spending a minimum of $300. Please tell me I'm not alone. If you're not careful, you can accidentally find yourself doing your weekly shopping in bulk. This is going to result in overconsumption with a ridiculous amount of cost and waste. So remember, when I say bulk buy, you say bulk buy. Now, I'm just joking. When I'm talking about bulk buy, I'm talking about the strategy of purchasing all of your household essentials in large quantities so they can last 3 to 6 months so you can ultimately save money, time, and avoid those multiple trips to the store. Now, I don't know about you, but this sounds good to me. I'm just saying. Thinking back as a kid, I don't remember when my parents transitioned into middle class, but I do remember when we started shopping at Costco. I loved those free samples to the point that I assumed that everyone was doing their weekly grocery shopping at Costco. It took me a while to realize that my parents weren't technically bulk buying. They were just buying in large quantities because everybody with a large family, that's what they did. Unfortunately, when I was in college, I tried replicating my parents' Costco haul. Wow, I didn't know. Till this day, I still can't look at a 10-pound bag of frozen chicken breast from Costco. Seriously, I can't. The portions were way too much. I had no storage space, and it just felt like a waste of money and time. I'll admit it, I was just blindly copying what my parents were doing, not knowing that they were just copying what other people were doing. It was like the blind leading the blind. What is going on here? Listen, if you're looking for the quickest way to waste money while trying to save money, then keep bulk buying without a strategy. It's gonna go great for you. Sigue ahí que te va a ir bien. Side note, if a Dominican ever tells you, sigue ahí que te va a ir bien, abort mission immediately. When I moved in with my partner and now husband, I gave Costco another try. Okay, I gave another try. But as young professionals, we did not have all the time in the world to run errands. We were busy. We were busy working, studying, and trying to pay off our student loan debt, which I do not miss at all. But the truth was, as a 2-person household, Costco still didn't make a lot of sense for us until I realized that it's not that Costco didn't work for us, it's that we didn't have a strategy of how to maximize those hauls. Once I had my baby shower, I received a ton of baby wipes, diapers, clothes. I got comfortable. I mean, really comfortable having a reserve of everything. I had multiple diaper sizes. I didn't have to leave the house like that with my baby. It was awesome. So eventually, when we did run out of diapers, as a first-time mom, of course, I felt like it was the end of the world. This is when I found the true value of bulk buying. The cost of my essentials, they're continuously going up. Shopping with kids is not for the faint of heart. And the mental load of always trying to remember what's needed for the household is so unnecessary. If you're dealing with any of these realizations, then yes, it is time to get strategic and start bulk buying with a purpose. When it comes to managing anything in life, getting organized is a must. That's why the first step is to clean with the purpose of getting organized. I know when you're getting into something new, you just want to jump right in and rip the Band-Aid off. In some situations that works, but in others, when you want to maintain a consistency over a long period of time, you need discipline. Yup, I said it. Discipline, the skill that we all say that we want and admire, but we refuse to find the time to acquire it. Cleaning up and getting organized really does get you in the right mindset. You know what they say, motivation will get you going, but discipline will keep you growing. If it helps, call it spring cleaning. I do. It could be the middle of December. I'm still gonna call it spring cleaning. I do not care. Whatever gets you motivated, do it. While cleaning, you'll start asking yourself all the right questions like, where in the heck am I gonna store all this stuff? Trust me, I asked myself that exact same question. Our first apartment was so small, it was not ideal for bulk buying. I had to get creative and start reimagining the storage space that I did have so that I could maximize my bulk buy. For example, I took my coat closet and I completely cleared it out. This allowed me to utilize that little hole in the wall as the storage space that I desperately needed. A great way to optimize your space is to utilize shelves and bins. I've learned so much from watching The Home Edit. I love that show. At the time, we had a one-car garage and we realized if we parked our car just right, we had enough space for a standing shelf. We went on Amazon and got it for $50 and it's been a game changer ever since. At the end of the day, regardless of the size of your space, if you can find the time to clean with the purpose of getting organized, the results are going to be instantaneous. Because regardless if you actually do a bulk buy, guess what? Your house is clean. A win is a win. A win is a win. Now that your home's all cleaned up, it's time for step 2, assessing your needs based on your space. The best way to do this is to actually list out all of your needs in 2 categories, home essentials and food. The way that I like to organize my thoughts is to do a little brain dump on Excel or a Google Sheet. If you like using a notebook or the Notes app, those are fine too. When it comes to household essentials, I think this is a great starting point. When I did my first bulk buy, I did just household essentials, nothing else. The reason why is because you can store these almost anywhere and they don't have expiration dates like that either. To make it easier, I like breaking this section into 2 subcategories: cleaning supplies and personal care. I like adding this to my sheet because it gives me an extra boost of confidence that I'm not forgetting something. When it comes to cleaning supplies, I'm talking about laundry detergent, dish soap, trash bags, toilet paper, all of the things that you need to maintain your home. I want you to list down all of the cleaning supplies that you use and the brand name. I do want to add a big note here. Just because we're planning to buy in bulk doesn't mean that you need to lower the quality of the items that you like to buy, okay? Now, I mean this with my whole body. There is nothing like having 2 to 3 boxes of one-ply toilet paper staring at you as a reminder of your bad decisions. There's just nothing like it. Next up is personal care. I'm gonna be honest, this one's a little bit more tricky. I know all of us have our favorite items and brands that we like to switch on and off, but for this project, I want you to focus on your go-to personal care items. Like your favorite body soap, lotion, toothpaste, feminine products. These are the items I want you to add to your bulk buy. Now, if you haven't been switching brands, then I want you to add these to your list. But if you've been switching deodorant scents and trying different conditioners, do not add these to your list. If you have a spouse, children, pets, or family members that are living with you, I want you to consider what their personal care go-tos are as well. I know for my daughter, I'm always getting elastic hair ties because I'm always braiding her hair every single weekend. And I know this is a micro need, but those are the items that you want to remember to add to your bulk buy list. Now, when it comes to expiration dates, I want you to be a little bit more cautious when it comes to personal care items. I know a lot of us might not realize it, but these products do have shorter expiration dates than we're probably used to, so you definitely want to make sure that you're checking up on that. To me, food is what I consider to be a more advanced bulk buy. I'm going to go over it because I do it, and I do it in a very similar way. I break it down to two subcategories: perishable and non-perishable foods. Non-perishable foods are going to be the ideal place to start if you want to do a food bulk buy. When I say non-perishable, I'm talking about rice, beans, canned foods, seasonings, and even coffee. Now, if you're a team no coffee like I am, then you can also bulk up on decaf or teas. When it comes to perishable foods, I want to note that 99% of these foods are going to go in my freezer. So if you have the freezer space, a few items that you're going to want to consider might be frozen vegetables, berries, and most importantly, meats. What we found to be extremely useful when we're buying our meats in bulk is to use our food saver to safely freeze and also portion control our meats. Once you've listed out all of your desired bulk buy items on your Excel or Google sheet, you are now one step closer to executing your first bulk buy. But wait, now that you know what you want to buy, do you know how much you need to buy, like the quantity? Or have you been keeping track of your usage? Let me guess, probably no and no. The majority of us naturally assume that we use a lot less than we actually do. That's why the next step is so important, with step 3 being understanding your habits. A lot of us have spending habits and even some consumption habits that we're not even aware of. You may be somebody who has more access to something, and because of that, you use more of it. Because we're not aware of these habits, we need to take a really good look at how we're using our household items. So how do we start understanding our habits? You're gonna wanna start by purchasing one extra item of something you were already planning on purchasing. An example of this is buying one toothpaste for today and an extra toothpaste for tomorrow. I want you to see how it feels to have extra. If you're finding it more convenient or if you're wasting more because you have more, I need you to test the waters and figure out what's worth buying in bulk. Once you have that extra item, I now want you to track how long that product lasts. I know this may seem a little tedious trying to figure out how many bars of soap you use in a month, but once you find out, it is going to be worthwhile. What I recommend is on the same spreadsheet that we're using to collect all of our bulk buy information, I want you to note down the day that you started using a product and the day that it ran out. This way, when you're ready to do your bulk buy, you have a rough estimate of how long it's going to last. Now, every single product, it's going to be a little different, but once you have a good understanding of your habits, you are going to be more excited to buy the items that bring you a quality of life in quantity. Once you know what to buy and how much, now we're ready for step 4, which is price matching for a 3-month haul. I don't know about you, but I love getting a good deal. If you do too, then creating a price matching list for your bulk buy, it's going to be your jam. This is going to be the best way to price compare all the items that you want to buy from different stores. All you have to do is add a few columns to your bulk buying spreadsheet, like the size and count, the price, the quantity needed, and the stores that you're going to be comparing. Here's an example of how I set everything up. It's important that you're comparing apples to apples and you're not letting marketing trick you into thinking you're getting a better deal than you are. Like, have you seen the math on toilet paper? How is 12 super rolls equal to 58 regular rolls? Come on now, it's getting out of hand. When it comes to price matching, you want to pick 2 to 4 stores that you know have the best deals. Based on where I'm located, I'm always comparing price and quantity to stores like Costco and Amazon, and sometimes I'll even check out Walmart and even Target. I do want to note that this is not, I repeat, this is not the part where you start purchasing your bulk buy. We are just doing some research and getting a rough estimate for our future bulk buy, all right? Once you see which stores have the best deals, you're going to want to make sure that you note that down in your bulk buying spreadsheet. Now and only now can we answer the most difficult question. How much are we going to buy? Do you remember in step 3 when I told you to track your usage? This is where this information comes in handy because now you're going to be able to pinpoint how long you want your essentials to last. If you're just starting off, I would actually recommend to start with a 3-month bulk buy. You don't want to get ahead of yourself, especially if your budget and your storage space is limited. Once you start getting the hang of things and your budget's looking good and your storage is working out, then you can bump it up to a 6-month bulk buy. From there, I'll update all of the quantities of things that I want to buy in my online cart. This gives me a good estimate of how much my total bulk buy is going to cost. I'm telling you guys, the internet has made this so much easier. Now it's time to go over the finance part of bulk buying with step 5, saving with a sinking fund. I'll be honest, one of the top concerns is trying to figure out how to afford to do a bulk buy without going into credit card debt. The truth is, you need a plan. Once you've estimated how much your bulk buy is going to cost, you now have some numbers to work with. From there, your goal is to save that amount of money in your savings account. This way, when you're ready to do your bulk buy, you are not going to get stuck in any credit card debt. I know I personally love using my short-term goals account within my high-fi banking method to save for my bulk buy. This is pretty much my version of a sinking fund. So regardless if you want to save up for your bulk buy in bite-sized pieces, which to me is a less stressful approach, or if you want to utilize a portion of your tax refund or from a bonus, that works too. You have options. Just make sure that you have that money in your short-term savings account before you go shopping. All right, it's go time. We're now getting into step 6, time to execute your bulk buy. When you're getting ready to do your bulk buy, I am a big fan of online shopping. 1, you can check all of the official prices from the comfort of your own home. 2, you can get everything delivered without stressing about a thing. Also, since your order is going to be pretty large, you can usually get free shipping and avoid an extra trip to the store with the little ones. I prefer this shopping routine when it comes to non-perishable and home essentials like paper towels, toilet papers. Just ship it, please. Just ship it. For the items that can get easily damaged in transit, I like to personally go into the store to pick them up. I've had a few bad experiences with laundry detergent, body soap, mouthwash, so now I've learned my lesson, so I'm going to recommend the same for you guys. And also when it comes to food purchases, go in person to get those as well. When I'm shopping in a store, I am on a mission. I have a very clear plan and a list in hand. I am very serious. I am not trying to buy anything else. Another great option is curbside pickup. I love this idea because you can order everything online and have complete control over your budget, which I really appreciate. Once we get home, everybody's helping get everything out of the car. And on the weekends, that's when my husband will properly organize everything with all the cleaning supplies on one side and the food on the other. It honestly looks like a mini Target. It looks so beautiful. I love it. Now, before I let you go, I want to share what I do to maintain our bulk buy because maintenance is just as important as shopping. Since we've been doing this for a while, our bulk buy lasts for 6 months, and we do our best to make sure our shelves and our bins are nice and organized, but around 3 to 4 months, we usually bring up the conversation of restocking our bulk buy. We do this during our family all-hand meetings that we do at the end of every single month. It's neat because all of the 4 game changers really do work together to make sure that my family's on top of our home. This is why I'm sharing all of the 4 game changers because I want to make sure that you too can have a successful way of managing your finances and lifestyle with poise. Listen, I know that bulk buying consists of a little bit of homework, but if you're truly trying to save some time, money, and some unnecessary stress, then you definitely want to follow my 6-step process for a successful bulk buy. It's gonna be a game changer, and here's a quick recap. Step 1, clean with the purpose of getting organized. Step 2, assess your needs based on your space. Step 3, understanding your habits. Step 4, price match for a 3-month haul. Step 5, saving with a sinking fund. And step 6, time to execute your bulk buy. Mi gente, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to like this video, follow me on social media, and share this information with all of your friends and family. Bye.